Welcome back, everybody. This is
hmm
episode 72 of The Lookout. I am Meals. I am a person who likes putting ketchup on their French fries, and I am here with the Platinum Chanel boy himself, who separates the ketchup from the French
I
fries.
do.
So
I do.
that should kind of get you a gist if you're a first time listener of kind of like what we're about,
That's
because
enough.
there's definitely yeah. I mean, there's two types of people in this world, and clearly we represent both sides. I'm
hmm
wondering what most of our listeners actually indulge in.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
And we're the same sign too. We're both Aquarius, so that has nothing to do with it. It's just the
yeah,
French fry thing is definitely a human nature thing for sure. So
yeah. It's just
has nothing to
I
do with
like.
nothing. It's just personal.
I'm trying to think of the reason why I do it. I don't know. I always feel like okay, at least all of the ketchup will be used. So
I just feel
I
like it's a
like
mess.
I always like okay, all the ketchup will be used. I don't have to like I'm not gonna run out of ketchup and still have fries. I'm not gonna run out of fries and still have ketchup. It's going to be ketchup and fries, and it's all going to be used. I think that's my mind state when I go into this.
That's fair.
Uh, because like you get all right, so go to McDonald's, obviously. I mean, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't go to McDonald's still. I go from every
Yeah,
once in a while.
I'm not one of those people either. Like, I'm gonna eat it every now and then.
Yeah. I'm not eating it every day. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
we
yeah.
we reach up in there. I'm not getting that J Balvin meal. I saw it
You
and I
saw
was
it?
like, nah. No, I was just like, nah, I can't
No,
do it.
I'm
Big
not ordering
Macs.
none of that shit. I'm a very like I need everything plain and shit like that. So like I didn't even order Travis Scott shit because it wouldn't really be his meal if I ordered it because I would be like, yo, take that off, take that off, take that off.
Wait. What do you take off your burger? Hold on. Wait a
Just
minute.
about everything.
What?
Yeah. I don't eat lettuce. I don't eat tomato. I don't eat
What?
onion. I don't eat pickles. So it wouldn't really be much for
Oh
me.
my
So
god. Oh my god, I'm legitimately shocked. Wait, all right. You
so,
don't eat all right. So on no burger, you don't eat lettuce or tomato.
no burger at all. Yeah.
That's so insane.
If I gotta
You
spice
don't
up a burger, I'll put like a fried egg on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's really about it, bro. Like I'm extremely I'm childish with my
Oh
food.
my god. Bro, I eat lettuce bun burgers now, right? Like I don't even eat the actual buns anymore. I eat lettuce buns because of the
It's because
whole
you got
like
muscles,
eating.
man.
Yeah, but it's not bad at all.
I
Wow.
mean, I
News
mean,
learned
I
something.
don't like dislike lettuce. I mean, it doesn't really taste like
Okay.
anything, But I'm
Right.
just saying, I just would prefer to not have it on there.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
true
All right.
story. True story. Yeah,
This is
cheese,
something new.
meat,
We
maybe a fried egg, ketchup.
hmm
But yeah.
Damn, I like quarter pounders, but I didn't get the Travis Scott meal because I was never. You had to get it. You had to actually go to McDonald's, and I'd never actually. This I think probably before like 2 days ago or maybe
Mm,
yesterday was the first time I've gone to McDonald's since the pandemic actually started.
wow.
So I was actually in a McDonald's store, but usually, I mean, if I want something or I need something, get it from Uber Eats. Or
Yeah,
it's just more convenient. It legitimately takes them quicker to get my food there than to actually stand in line at McDonald's. It's
I feel
fucking
you.
insane.
I feel you.
At some point.
There's so many other things, over here that I'll attack before McDonald's, but every once in a while, I just be wanting that shit. So
Yeah. Well,
I
listen, you have
did.
a car. You
I
have a
do.
car
I
and
did
you
try
drive around.
the spicy chicken nuggets the other day.
How were they?
They were okay. They were
They're
okay.
just regular chicken nuggets, but with a little zest on
Yeah,
them.
with just spice. Yeah, that was it. It was cool. It was whatever. But
Yeah.
we need
I
to
mean,
the lookout burger. Cut the
ooh,
chicken
what's the lookout
down.
meal? See, here's the thing. The lookout meal is going to be completely different now because you ingest fast
Yeah,
food apparently much different than I do.
yeah.
Um, Listen, all right, what could the lookout meal be at McDonald's? Wait a minute, hold on.
Yeah, we definitely can make that shit shake. I'm
Are
sure.
you a burger or chicken sandwich? What do you think?
I love chicken sandwiches, but again, like if I go to Chick-fil-A, I'll do like American cheese, spicy chicken sandwich, bread. That's it.
Oh my God, you're so
Yeah.
weird. Okay,
There's
all
nothing else
right.
on there. Yeah, there's nothing else on there, bro. Like
Oh
when I
my
make when I
God.
make burgers at home, like I usually have like garlic fused within the burger because I fucking love garlic. You know what I mean? But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I'm a picky eater. sure.
You're way pickier than me, which is crazy because
yeah.
everyone considers myself a picky eater.
Nah, bro. You have
Actually,
no
maybe
idea.
not. I don't know.
I'm
I
telling
told
you,
you about the
bro.
fish thing. I don't eat fish.
Yeah, you don't eat fish
Any
at
sort of
all.
Chris.
I'll eat
Yeah, I
just
don't. Well,
about
not
any
like
fish.
I eat some fish, but like
Mhm.
I won't eat like crab or lobster or anything.
Yeah, nah,
Anything.
bro.
No,
Listen, I'll eat crab every day if I have to, or lobster every day.
nah. Too much labor. Too much
No,
work.
no clams, no nothing like that.
No, no clams. No. What the hell is a
Man.
clam? What's a clam? What's in a clam? What like is
Oh
it clam meat?
man.
And if so, what is clam meat?
Yeah, you eat it raw.
What's a clam?
It just slides down. Well, I'm not gonna say it like that because it's gonna sound
Okay.
crazy. But it just falls. It just falls. Right.
What the fuck is a clam? Okay, all right, never mind. Obviously we're here. We're back. We're here back on the lookout.
Mhm.
No more summer at Kame House. We're officially back. Actually, we're probably about to start the next couple.
Yeah, we're getting there.
next, I guess, little arc of the lookout. I don't want to call them seasons anymore. Maybe I'll call them an arc or something like that. But we're about to start the
Isn't
Namek
it
and Frieza
crazy
arc.
how the culture just shifted away from sagas?
Yeah. All right. So
have we discussed that?
No, I think it's because everything in modern anime calls it an arc.
An arc now,
But
yeah.
sagas were 100%
That's
a
our
thing.
time.
The
Yeah.
Namek saga. Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't know if anything else besides Dragon Ball Z called anything sagas. Like, it's called the Dark Tournament arc in Yu Yu Hakusho.
This is true.
It's called
This is true.
It's called the York New City arc in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter, yeah.
So like Dragon Ball Z was like sagas. What's a saga? Oh my god. All right. But I mean, yes, we're entering, I guess, our new saga of the Lookout, where we're gonna go over the Namek.
Love it.
Namek. Namek and Frieza arc. Sometime in the future, sometime pretty soon, actually. We're still trying to figure out how many guests we're gonna have. Obviously, if you have been following me on Twitter, I have been watching the entire thing. I finished the entire thing, so I'm very proud of myself.
You did it, man. Was it as hectic as you anticipated?
Towards the end, it got a little draggy.
Mm-hmm.
It got 100% a little draggy. But I knew that was going to happen. I've experienced this before. I've lived through this before. I lived through it in real time before, so I know what's going to actually happen. I would say there's a definite split between the show and its Namek arc and the Frieza arc. I'm going to say the Frieza arc starts everywhere from where the Dragon Balls go defunct and they have to start fighting Frieza.
Yeah.
That's where I'll lay the Frieza arc. Everything before that is the Namek arc. I would say I thoroughly enjoyed the Namek arc a lot better than the Frieza arc.
Peoples, huh?
But I feel like, you know what? We'll dive a lot deeper into it because I definitely have a lot of thoughts. I still want to do a ton of research in terms of because I think it's such a prominent arc that you can probably find like interviews from Toriyama.
Most definitely.
And try to kind of understand it on a different level than that, because in my brain I'm like, yo, the way they spun off of this arc, it's truly like after this it kind of like the entire direction of the show kind of changes a little, especially when androids show up and all this other stuff, because it seemed to be following this like through line plot of our past, our history, where does it come, meeting the people who sort of pretty much wiped out our race, trying to find ourselves.
Really build the skeleton of the series, and it's weird to say that considering how long Frieza was and Saiyan Saga.
Yeah,
but
it's all important.
It's all
important. Like the beginning of Dragon Ball Z to the end of the Frieza thing is very important because it kind of follows this, like I said, this through line plot. But then when you switch after that and you talk about androids, it's a little interesting because now I would consider that like a tap off of okay, here's Gohan's type of big thing, but it's not really a Gohan thing. It's weird. It doesn't really follow the story of them continuing to find themselves and continue to accept themselves as Saiyans and what they're going to do about their race and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. It just ends up becoming robots. Oh shit.
Yeah.
But we'll talk a lot more about it when we get to those actual episodes itself. Have you been watching anything else? Have you been reading anything else?
Besides, I'm not reading anything right now. I'm
A
sure you're
damn
not.
shame.
Yeah, I
A
already
damn
know.
shame.
I was
A
waiting. I was
damn
waiting to tell
shame.
you right now.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Um,
At this point, I've resigned to the fact you would
w-
not read or not
would
catch
you
up
have
to My
been
Hero
happy if I
Academia.
said I'm caught up?
I would have been ecstatic. I would have shut down everything that I have
Oh
on this
man.
notepad of these points we're gonna hit. I would have wiped it out the window and like, let's talk
All we would
about
have talked
today's
about was
chapter.
manga, right? Actually,
Oh,
I did read some Pokemon stuff because I was on the Big Eyes a few weeks ago. But outside of that, was
okay.
probably the last thing that I was running through, which I had a good time with the guys. But yeah, as far as like jujitsu, that's probably all I've been really watching. I'm starting Frieza this week, so but you know, I'm on brand right now.
Okay. All right. All right. I mean, I've been reading everything.
I know. You're in
I've
the
been,
game now. It's a wrap.
yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I've been reading, phone call. Let me see what I've been reading. Here's my roster. Here we go. My roster of manga that I had to like re-up because once Demon Slayer and The Promised Neverland finished, I was like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm legitimately only reading My Hero now. My roster is currently Chainsaw Man, fantastic.
Yeah, I've been
Everyone has
hearing
been
great
talking about
things,
it.
man.
You need to read it.
I've been hearing great things.
You need to read it. You need to read it. You would love it. You would love it. I know you would love it. I know you would love it. Like, yes, sir. I know you. And I
Yeah,
know who you'd like. I know who you would
Jamal.
like to.
When he first was like, I remember him first tweeting about it like on the timeline, maybe like 6, 8 months ago, bro. You know, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, like, oh, that looks cool, but I didn't know the niche of it all, and I've seen a
Mm-hmm.
lot more. I checked out some of the art; it looks pretty sick. So I might have
Yeah, I
to.
know who you would like. I know everything. I'm very tapped into who you're going to go up for in this thing. So I think you definitely. I started reading it. I think Carlos was talking to me about it, and he was like, "Yo, this is really good." And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna read it." Okay. I don't get a lot of recommendations from Carlos, so I'm going to check it
Carlos been
out.
in
And I
his
started.
bag a little bit, man. I'm on his
Oh, it's because of the
timeline.
pandemic.
Yeah, I'm on his timeline. He's been in his bag a little bit, so we may have to get him. We may have to get him on, man, for a little bit.
All right. I mean, we can definitely do that. Let's see. I've been reading Dr. Stone. It still is complicated and, a bunch of words, a lot of words actually to fit in that tiny little manga thing. Spy Family. I've been reading that. One Punch Man. I think it's coming to an end. I feel like it's coming to an end.
You're there.
I feel like it. It's this big cataclysmic battle that's been actually going on in the manga for maybe like 2 years now. Because One Punch Man, I don't know what the design. First of all, it's drawn beautifully. Like they take their time with the art,
It
but
is. It is.
it comes out whenever it comes out. It doesn't come out when you want it to. It doesn't come out every week. It's not on the time schedule. It says legitimately at the end of the chapter, it says coming soon or we'll be back or something along those lines.
Right.
Of course, I've been reading My Hero Academia. It is the most incredible thing. Of course, you hear the sirens in the background. It's practically my drop now.
Yeah, it gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
Yeah, or it's not a fish.
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading this one. I was recommended this from I want to get his name right on Twitter. Let's see. I know his. Hold on. Ken fucking Masters on Twitter.
Okay.
He recommended me this manga called fuck, now I lost it. I think it's Kaiju number 8. It's Kaiju number 8. Yes, Kaiju number 8. It's a demons, stuff like that. It just started like earlier this summer. It's still pretty fresh, still pretty new. I kind of dig where it's going thus far. I haven't really got onto a manga in the beginning stages and kind of followed it, so I'm interested in kind of this journey. And
It's always nice getting there, before anybody else gets there, and you get to just dive into it and follow it.
Yeah,
Right
I haven't I've never really done that, and I want to get in a couple more manga stuff. I have more on my list, but I don't remember them right now, and I don't read them off my phone anymore. I just read them off my iPad because, listen, manga on the iPad, it changes your life. I'll never read it on this tiny little fucking phone again.
Yeah, the Pro just hits different, man.
it just reads different. You know
It
what I'm
really
saying?
does.
I will never read manga on this tiny little phone again. I
No,
promise you.
no.
Uh, um, let's see what else we got here. Okay. But yeah, that's what I've been. I mean, besides that, I've been watching the same old stuff. I'm still the only person watching Digimon in the entire world.
Man, yeah, no, you
It,
really are. I almost bought a
I'm
Tamagotchi though. A Digimon Tamagotchi.
hmm.
I saw it at where was I? I was at Barnes and Noble, and they had a
Ooh.
few of the Digivice Digimon Tamagotchis, and I almost bought it just because I was wilding
Look at
out.
Digimon. Just and you know what it is anytime you see it. Just that's how much of an
No,
impact it
absolutely.
had. I mean, it's still not very popular current day. Like people are not going out their way to watch it except me. But
But you're
because
locked in already, so you can't
I'm
get off.
watching it I'm watching it in hopes something big will happen. It has not occurred so yet. How many episodes are there in this thing yet? Let's see. Wow, are there supposed to be 66 of these things? That's what they say on Wikipedia. It says there's supposed to be 66. Anyway, we're currently up to they're up to 19, episode 19. Leomon is Leomon is a current fixture in Digimon in all seasons, in all forms. He'll
Right.
be appearing on this latest episode, but they've stopped Tokyo from being annihilated, but they've been split up again. It's not
Sounds
very
like
good.
shenanigans. I'm about to say, it sounds like some shenanigans.
It's just not. It reminds me actually of the movie, more so of the movie than anything. Like dealing with like the internet and this
But I like
virus
the
and all this.
movie.
Yeah, but you're not gonna like the anime. I promise you.
Oh, okay. I mean, from a
It
visual
moves.
standpoint, the movie is like it's so easy to look at, and like the
Yeah,
music is so good, and like it just had a moment, you know.
right. No, this is not like that. No, this is like the regular show, but not as you don't get it as invested in. What are they doing with this show? I'm just so confused. But you know what?
Basically,
I'm
it's
not gonna.
probably gonna get. I could definitely see it happening again in 5 more years. You
Oh
know,
yeah. I
they'll just
mean,
keep going until it makes sense.
they already put out that other the DVD for the
Mhm.
movie, the
Yeah,
Digimon called.
I
I'm
found
trying
my
to see.
Digimon World for my PlayStation.
Of course you did.
Yeah,
Does it work?
I found it the day on on the lookout count. We had a post about some of the older games, and it does work. Yeah, it works. I kept you know me, man. But I
You have a working PlayStation? Do you
I
have a
do.
working play?
Yeah, I have. I think I have two actually. But I bought one. Like I bought one that was at this little place where I get like retro games. That shit was
Hmm.
like $40. I grabbed that, and then I had like my original one, which does work too. But yeah, I totally forgot, man. They poop on that game.
Yeah, I mean that was a big thing.
Good times.
Uh, I wasn't a fan of the game, but that was a big thing. Let's see. I'm still watching that. Pokemon Journeys. I'm still watching Pokemon Journeys.
Mm,
Um,
God
let's
bless you.
see. You're not following up with the Netflix anymore?
No, I just can't do it. I feel like at some point I'll definitely binge it out. The binge game has it's like it's a weird thing for me because with jujitsu, which we're gonna get into,
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to like end an episode. And I know we've only had two, but week one was really tough for me because I just wanted to like you get so used to binging that you just expect to sit down for the next 3-4 hours.
Sure.
And when it's over in 23 minutes and you're just wanting more, especially with something so new and fresh, it's really annoying. So the binge game has kind of
Well,
messed me up a little bit.
well, here's what I do to sort of combat that. Um, and not a lot of people do this. I always watch if it's a weekly anime and I'm like caught up and I'm like watching a week by week. I did this with My Hero. I did this with Dragon Ball Super. I did this with everything. I will watch last week's episode and
Mm.
then watch this week's episode. So it's like a whole hour kind of experience thing.
But then I feel like
So
I'm missing out.
no, you
I do.
actually kept you re-watched last week's episode and then you watch this week's episode like, oh, okay, I see where this is flowing. And I mean, that's just my recommendation. I don't know
I
what to
hear you.
say.
So basically, you're saying as soon as a new episode comes out, you go back and you watch whatever was previous.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode. I mean, I've watched the first
I'm a
episode of Jujutsu Kaisen like 4 times at this point.
same for episode 3. I'll
Watch
do that.
episode 2.
I'll watch
Yeah.
1 and 2, and then
Yeah.
3. That's what I'll do.
Well, I'm not gonna tell you every week to just start from the beginning again and just.
Well, eventually it won't. just won't be able to. But yeah, no, that's actually a really good idea.
I used to do that with Super all the time, especially when the weekly episodes come out. I made an event of it. I got a sandwich. I made sure everything was done so everyone would leave me alone. All these other things. Pokemon Journey. Listen, the dub. I think a lot of people. The Netflix thing is getting a lot of people onto it and a lot of kids onto it. And it's an easy binge and it's an easy watch and it's an actually entertaining kind of type of show. Yeah, it's not mature. Yeah, shit really, not a lot of shit happens.
Is Ghost still being a little asshole?
He is, but he catching shit.
He's catching
shit. His Pokédex is like, it's long. Like he's got shit.
Game for sure.
From every region. I will say this. Maybe this will. You haven't watched any of the dub episodes. I mean the Japanese things. I'm almost sure.
No.
They are coming up on this 3-parter regarding Sword and Shield. And their episodes, they're called Sword and Shield 1, Sword and Shield 2, and Sword and Shield 3. The Slumbering Weald, which as we know is in the game, The Darkest Day, and Eternatus. So they are pretty much in the show now. They're incorporating some of the stuff that we've got in the game. I'm actually going to see if I can find some of the descriptions of these episodes, just to see if they're like, oh, maybe I'll fucking watch this, or maybe I'll think, because you're not going to get this for at least another, maybe like another, like,
I'm sure
6 months.
You know,
in the actual for the Netflix thing. Let me check. I gotta go to Cerebi. When's the last time you've been on Cerebi?
I'm on Cerebi still every other day.
Oh, okay.
yeah. I stay on Cerebi. I gotta make sure I'm still up to date with whatever the hell's going on with it.
Let's see. I wonder what happened to the movie. Oh, I think the movie's coming out on Christmas. Maybe. Could be wrong. I forgot all about the movie at this point. It's not really entertaining. Oh, okay. All right. So here's the synopsis for the first Sword and Shield one. It says Satoshi in Go. I don't know if you know who Satoshi is, but that is Ash in Japanese.
Yeah. I did know that. I think it's awesome. I think it's a dope name. We don't use it enough.
Visit the Galar region and are on the way to, or Galar region, depending on who you are. The Galar region, and are on their way to see Professor Magnolia, who I was not a fan of him. This should really be Mount Silver talk, but wasn't a fan of in the game because she just kind of disappeared after she disappeared for 7 badges, and then showed up at the end and was like, I'm retiring. Right. Professor Magnolia, the leading authority on Dynamax research, when they encounter a mysterious Pokemon in a misty forest.
I wonder what it is. Misty Forest, huh? Have you played the game? You should know.
And then the next episode is called Black Knight. I'm not sure what that could mean. And then the last episode, obviously, Eternatus. So we'll see how it goes. It's a 3-parter. I'm almost sure I'm going to 100% watch, because the show is just easy. It's just easy. I watch Journeys and I watch Digimon at the same time. I watch it after Monday Night Raw to kind of get me out of wrestling, get me out of tweeting about wrestling. So yeah, I'm having fun. I'm just having fun.
Having a good time doing it, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Let's talk about another show that we thoroughly enjoy that is on its way back, that actually dropped something, and I'm super mad that it dropped something because it's so fucking far away. My Hero Academia.
Frustrating.
I'm only mad. I'm legitimately only mad because they dropped the trailer for the season, and the season does not come out for at least 2 more full-length climate seasons. It's not.
It's like, why would you do that?
Yeah, this isn't like, oh, it'll be out in a couple weeks. Maybe I'm spoiled because of the music business and all this other stuff. When I see trailers and when I see things, I'm not into movies Movies tend to do that. They'll drop trailers like umpteen months before the actual movie comes out, and you're like,
Right.
March of 2021, and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited for it. Meanwhile, it's like February of 2020. How do you feel? How do you feel watching it? I know what happens, but how do you feel?
I know what happens, but man, I guess I know a little bit what happens because I did. That's probably when I started reading just a little bit. You remember, but I was only. We're talking Deku's Dream. So I'm fairly excited for it because I'm at this point. I'll probably read it, but I won't say I'll read it before the actual anime comes out because then you'll be expecting it. So I'm not gonna say that. But I definitely cannot wait because the anime in general, like My Hero, has turned into a top 3 thing for me as far as just shit that I'm into. So I cannot wait, man. I really can't wait.
The season 5 of My Hero Academia, I think it's probably going to be probably the most fun season that you'll have as a My Hero Academia fan, just based on kind of everything that happens. Mm-hmm. And everything that happens in season 5 is going to end up leading to season 6, which is exactly what's going on in the manga right now, is what everyone is practically assuming.
Season 6, that's the season where you're telling me, is that the one, or is 5 the one?
No, I mean 5 is 5 is the one. 5 is the one that I'm going to tell you. 6 is going to be very, very important, and it's very, very big, and it's actually incredibly important. But 5 may be. It's weird. Everything that happens in season 5, I would say, sets up for season 6, and I'd say a lot of the development that we see that's eventually paid off in season 6 happens in season 5. Even when we talk about the class 1A, class 1B thing, and that whole thing where they introduced that in the arc, and that's going to happen. It's going to be the first arc that we get into. That plays a major role in the things that are happening in season 6 right now. Actually, if I had to give you a hint, the very last scene of season 4 plays a major role in season 5 and season 6. So if you ever wanted to revisit that, if you ever want to do that, I don't know why you would. But I mean, sure, we will. I mean, season 5 is going to be season 5. So it has a tentative date of spring 2021. That's why I'm so mad, because we're currently in October 2020. It is fall. It is not even spring. It is. I don't even know what's going to be on the other side of 2020. I mean,
for real,
honestly,
dude. We really have no idea.
Yeah, so it doesn't even make sense to me just counting my chickens and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure between then and now, we'll probably have to go through season 4 of My Hero Academia, and we'll look back at that scene. And I'm sure by then there'll be a trailer come out, and there'll be a whole bunch of other stuff that comes out that we can look forward to. But season 5 is going to be pretty big. Season 5, I mean, everyone who has talked about it is like the one. Season 4, I would say, in comparison to most of the other series, I would say it's probably tied with season 1 on being my least favorite. But season 5 is where it all begins. Like, where it all begins again. There we go. Where
it all begins again. My Hero Academia.
Yeah, there we go.
But yeah, I'm with you. Thanks for showing us the trailer, and then, us not being able to see it anytime soon.
Yeah, maybe they'll drop some cool episodes between then, because they've been dropping little bonus content. They got money to burn. They know where their bread has to be buttered, and they have to keep us excited over the last couple months, because there's a lot of new anime that's coming out in 2021. Plus, Jujutsu Kaisen we're going to talk about pretty soon. But speaking of new anime that's going to come out, I'm going to get through these last two topics.
We're getting through it.
Yeah, obviously we're building up to Jujutsu Kaisen, so hold on to your pants. Attack on Titan season 4. Mm-hmm. It is the final season. It is the most important season. I like it. I still do like it. I'm months removed from watching it. I still do like it now that I think about the actual show. It is a lot, but I still do like it. And I think
a lot. It's very emotional. I'm almost caught up. I got a season to go before I'm actually situated.
I think season 3 is the best season if you have to. Yeah. If you needed anything to look forward to, I think season 3 is the best season.
That's where I am. So,
but season 4, they've announced, is going to be dropping, I believe, at the top of December. which is great for Attack on Titan fans. I think it's going to be split up in two. They said it's going to premiere at the top of December, and then there are going to be the second part of season 4 in June of next year, which means they're going to cut it up. We're currently almost done with the actual manga itself. I heard that we're one chapter away. I'm not actually sure of that, but it looks like they're closing up things on the manga itself. So the story will be done. And it'll be interesting to see how people react to the story actually being done, because this is a long-running manga. This is a long-running show. The show premiered in 2013. It is now being completed in 2021. It has had a lot of delays since then, especially between season 1, season 2, season 3. And now as we get to season 4, where it's kind of at its peak, it's going to be a good one. I think anyone who's in... I just hopped onto the bandwagon, so I feel like I have no right to be like, anyone who's an anime fan needs to be onto this. But
I mean, that's okay though. I mean, I feel like it's prominent. I feel like you've reached a level where you can say that, bro.
Okay, I think it's generally a prominent. Thank you, I appreciate that. I think it's a genuinely prominent season in all, just based on how it's received. There was a major, I think, for a lot of kids in this new generation of anime, this is kind of the one that makes it like, oh, this is the anime that, oh, so it's not all like Dragon Ball and like punching and shit.
We're in a golden age right now, and I think people aren't. I know, like, saying it to some of the old heads like us, they would probably, come on, we had this, and this, and I mean, honestly, I feel like you're really not paying attention if you can't see that we're in a golden age, because the things that are coming out, they're all being done at such a high level and such a meaningful level, where the things that we used to kind of, put our noses up at, like those filler episodes that mean absolutely nothing, like they're starting to eliminate those things, and everything is coming into like a true place. Like everything matters, and the animation, there is no off days on episodes. Like we're really getting there, and we've probably seen 2, 3, 4 classics the past 2 years that are pretty new animes. You know what I mean? So I think we're really in a golden age. It's like, just a big start of something fresh.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, motorcycles in the background.
We need that.
We need that. Let's talk about something else that's coming out in 2021 that we will not be able to enjoy ourselves, even though it is coming out this Friday. I can't even be mad. This is the day that we waited for, and then in the United States, I guess we'll have to wait a little bit longer. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba.
I'll probably see it on Sunday.
Mugen Train.
We'll have me. Look. I'm no matter what. When we get it in America, you already know I'm going to support it. I'm going to make sure.
Okay, because that was my first. All right, yes,
no,
of course,
absolutely. I'm 100% going to.
My first question was, if it comes out before then, are you watching it?
Yeah, I have no choice. You know how, like, I was talking to Jamal from Big Eyes just yesterday about Demon Slayer and how much I just miss the anime. Like I just miss it.
I miss it all.
I miss it so much.
It's done.
And it's done. So it's so
it's
weird.
Done.
Yeah, it's so weird considering the manga is cooked, and we already kind of know how it ends and whatnot. But yeah, no, man, I'm telling you right now, I'm super excited, and I obviously will be seeing it as soon as it leaks, wherever it leaks. I know it will. I'll say probably by Sunday we'll probably have it. So
no, I feel like I'm strongly doubting if we get it by Sunday.
I'm telling you, bro, Sunday.
I feel like, yes, it is highly anticipated, but there is no way
that shit, bro.
The turnover is going to lead into Sunday.
Somebody got the hat on. Somebody gonna be wearing a hat in the theater and getting it all for us. It may all be in Japanese though, so I'll have to get my vocabulary ready.
Of course, I mean someone's gonna sub it. People sub cams. We went through the whole Dragon Ball Super.
I'm about to say, how long did the Super movie take? I don't remember how long we got that leaked.
Super premiered, I believe, December 2020, and
when did we get?
And that? Then it was out in January 2000. Sorry, not December 2020. I'm sorry, December 2018, and in the US it premiered in January 2019. Okay, so it was legitimately like a month. It wasn't too bad, but it was still like a month. What the fuck?
I'm gonna make the call, man. I'm making the call, man.
Yeah, it was like I get My Hero Academia the next week. What do you mean I gotta wait a month?
Right.
What are we doing here? What are we spending our money on? What is the taxpayer truly spending our money on? But yeah, they're talking about early 2021. I'm like, yeah, right. Y'all got to be
Yeah.
on top of the ball on this one. Actually,
Absolutely.
Demon Slayer, it premiered the anime itself. It premiered, I want to say in 2019. In 2020,
Yeah.
and there's no new. I'm like, yo, nah, you gotta step on the ball. I need season two. Season two date should have dropped already. Like season two or the next season or whatever the hell they're gonna talk about the next arc or whatever. It should
I
have
hope
dropped
it
already.
just hits immediately.
No, it needs to. It should have dropped
It
already.
should have dropped already. I'm with
It
you,
sh-
especially with the manga ending already. You know,
Yeah,
that was
listen,
kind of like the straw for me. Like, yo, we should definitely have season 2 right now.
Crunchyroll needs to be like, listen, the movie's coming out. It should have been announced that it's going to be on Crunchyroll starting this February 2021. I don't
Mhm.
care. The date should have been announced already. Like, UFO table guys, y'all need to step it up.
You know, one of the issues with me that I have with just like anime releases and where to actually get it, and the dub timing, and I can watch sub all day. I really don't care, but I really feel like we need a proper universal outlet to like watch these things when we like on the spot, and releases, and not waiting 6 months, because obviously Japan's going to get 99% of these things first. But I just wish we could find a place where, whether it was television, a network, maybe like a full Adult Swim all day network. I need something to
No,
where
they definitely not doing that.
I know, but what I'm saying is the culture deserves it. I think anime is popular enough. I think anime is pop culture as well now. And
You're saying you want a hub where
we need a hub.
anime is.
We need a hub. I mean, I have Crunchyroll. I have the Funimation. I don't want to have to continue to pay for all these things, but
I don't want to pay for all these things.
yeah, like some things on Hulu, then they pull it off Hulu, and then it's some
And
things
it's on
on
HBO
Netflix,
Max
and
and
it's on
shit.
Max, and it's a lot of different things. I want to be able to. I just wish there was some type of way that we could connect properly with fans in Japan, and then I'm sure some fans in Japan are like, well, actually, I'm sure they're not, but when we get things here in the States, we get it sometime afterwards. I just wish we could all enjoy it at the same time, kind of like that. I don't know if you remember the feeling of that Pokemon X and Y, that worldwide release on the same day as everyone, and we all just got this game on the same day. I hope we can find a place where we can have it work that way. I just don't know if it'll ever happen, dude.
Would you have rather them delay the entire film for Japan and until 2021 until we got it too? I agree.
Yeah, I would. I really would. I mean, I would love it for it to be, if anime,
a worldwide release and a worldwide experience.
Right. Man, if we could all go to the theater, right, to watch an anime, not live action, an actual anime film.
I mean, I'm sure we're not going to end up being able to go to the theater. I probably won't be able to go to the theater. I'm sure.
I've done some drive-ins. I've done some drive-ins. I have a drive-in theater here. So I've done that a few times, like during the pandemic, because it's probably the safest way I can watch a movie within my own vehicle. But outside of that, man, yeah, I haven't. I love going to movie theaters. I love alone dates. I love taking myself out just to the movies to watch shit. But I haven't been able to really feel comfortable with that. So yeah,
interesting. Demon Slayer movie drops this Friday.
Yeah,
according to Jeff, we will be watching it on Sunday.
Yeah, hopefully, I'm gonna see what I can do, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hopefully. Listen, whoever it is, I'm not advocating piracy.
No, but I can't wait either. So
yeah,
where's the torrents? Give me my torrents.
No torrents. No torrents. RIPKissAnime.com, by the way. For real. Listen, they got that site. They're like, yo, y'all got too much anime.
Sometimes some of these sites are so good. I'm confused as to how they make it 1 week. I'm like, yo, how is this even up? Like,
listen, Kiss Anime had everything, bro.
They had everything.
It had every.
Did everybody just turn the cheek? Like, everybody just turned a blind eye? Like, I don't know what that is.
Every version of Dragon Ball that you wanted was there.
Yeah.
Ocean dub, regular dub.
How do you think Funimation handles that? Because there's no way they didn't know. right? There's no way they didn't know. No
I
way.
don't think they handle it very well. I don't know how stringent. In America, it's a little bit different because America is like, oh, so much property. Oh, you're stealing my money. Oh, I'm doing this stuff. And I'm sure that Japan is the same type of way, but they're not similar type of way. Like
Yeah, I
we
know what you
can,
mean.
if you put music on Twitter, they're wiping your account. If you
Yeah,
put
they're gonna
American
get your
music on
ass.
Twitter, they're wiping your account. But
Yeah.
if you put anything anime, it's like
They're
they
gonna let
don't
it
see
rock.
it. Or they
Yeah, they're
don't.
gonna let it rock.
Yeah, they let it rock. So it's an interesting, it's a little thing, but I'm sure one day we'll reach a time to where it was like, no, fuck it, everything's gone. Like
Mhm.
we're flagging everything, and it'll be what it is. But we'll see how it goes. Did I have anything more? You know what? No. Let's get to Jujutsu Kaisen.
Let's get to Jujutsu Kaisen because it's beautiful.
Jujutsu Kaisen is officially out. The anime was October 3rd. It premiered on Crunchyroll.
Mhm.
I think it wasn't
It did.
a super. I don't think it did. It break Crunchyroll? I don't think it did. No, I
No,
think
I
everyone
don't
watched
think it
comfortably.
broke it. Yeah. I'm sure we'll get to those points with episodes that are just too crazy and it will break it. But yeah,
I don't think it's as. I don't think it's as popular as a manga yet.
It's not a Demon
to
Slayer
break.
quite thing yet. Yeah.
Yeah, to break the actual Crunchyroll thing anymore. But it is a beautiful anime. I think, I was reading the manga. I was reading it. I think Jamal, once again, he got me onto it. He started reading it, but
same.
I don't think I understood as much reading it because they kind of do an interesting way, kind of unfurling the plot. And by interesting way, I would say probably a shitty way. Is the only kind of con I would have on it in terms of like making you understand everything. They do a terrible job at pacing.
They do.
And figuring
They
out
do.
all this other stuff like that. Like they reveal stuff way too late. They reveal stuff. It's clearly not a conventional story or written by like conventional standards of like how you're supposed to write a story. There are things that are explained or revealed way too late when it should have been revealed a lot earlier. But however, I was like, you know what? I kind of want to see it. I knew the anime was going to come out. I was like, I kind of want to see it visually. Let's dive into that, and we did. And
that was the first thing you and I
thoughts?
spoke about. The first thing you and I spoke about, because I remember Jamal was pressing both of us about starting, the manga, and you were always like, it's just something I have to watch, and I kind of felt the same way for the most part.
It's not even that. I think because I have no problem reading it. It's just I didn't understand a lot of what was going on. Like I
Right.
kept getting confused by the terminology of curses and curse things and a lot of other stuff. And it actually took me into creating that thread on the Lookout. I created it alongside Jamal. We did it on the Lookout thing, the day of everything you need to know about Jujutsu Kaisen. You can follow it. You can see it. It's all there. If you're interested in learning about the series, I would say it's very important for you to understand all the terminology because it can get very confusing.
Yeah.
But I think the anime itself will pace it a lot better, and visually you'll be able to understand it more. I'll probably jump back into reading the manga itself. I actually don't even remember where I stopped off, but that's what the Viz app is for. But I'll probably jump into it again. But I was just like, I don't know where all of this is going. But I'll get back to it. I think everything that's happening in the manga now may still be part of season 1 because season 1 is expected to be 22 episodes or
Right.
so we got a lot. We got at least 20 more weeks.
They gave us our fill. Just getting into episode 1 a little bit, man. It's like visually, obviously, they've been teasing on social media what it was kind of going to look like, and I didn't really have any. I kind of spoke about it earlier with these new animes that are coming out. There's really no time for like off days when premiering a new episode or showing something new, especially when it's brand new. So I knew that it was going to look really, really good. But I actually ended up loving like the textures a lot more. I think the characters are really fun. It has some real comedic things that I really enjoy too. As far from just being a serious kind of anime at times and a little weird, and if you watch anime, you're already used to this type of shit. But
Mhm.
It is very different though. I'm not sure if I've seen anything like it from where they're going with it. You know what I mean? The like you said, the curses and the jujitsu tech and like things like that is like it's definitely like new. And
Mhm.
I know what you mean as far as like what they're trying to like the story that they're trying to tell. It does play off much better animated than in the manga because you do have to pace yourself a little bit different when you're reading it. Um, and you can just watch it here. And I love the colors. I'm glad that they didn't mess up this animation because sometimes you can have a really good anime and still not like vibe with the way that it's done. And
Mhm.
so far with these first two episodes, I think that they got something on their hands that's really, really, really good. I love the texture, love the atmosphere. I love the. I mean, I know that I don't necessarily understand Japanese, but I think the sub is really, really good. Um, yeah, it's one of those things like you can't understand Japanese, but some characters still can't annoy you with their voices. So it sounds really,
Yeah.
really good, and I got good laughs. So it's nice, man. It's nice. Love the intro too.
I think it's hitting on. I mean, the intro is incredible. I
It
think it
is. It
picks
is.
up the animation for the intro. I was like, whoa, this is
Yeah,
fucking
sick,
fire.
right? Yeah.
It's. I think the first episode it did. It kind of in terms of explaining kind of okay what's actually going on and stuff like that. It provided a lot of action.
Hmm.
It provided like okay you're seeing curses and understanding curses. You have to kind of figure it out real quick because suddenly
True.
people are in danger very very quickly.
The last
Um,
15, 12 minutes are like very good. Um,
yeah, I
that.
actually saw someone walking a white and a black dog today, and I thought of Jujutsu Kaisen. Like and I was just like, that's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Um, but I think it's just to me, beyond just the visual aspect and the artistic style, I think it's going to be a once we get more into the action, once we dive a little bit more into the characters, once people are able to put themselves into the characters, I think that episode 3 when they introduce, I forgot the girl's name immediately right now. Actually, I could probably pull it up right now. Once they introduced, let's see. No, I have her name right here. Uh, Nobara. Okay, so once they introduce Nobara, which is the strong female tritagonist, is what they call her. They're going to once we get that, once we get the other second year students, once we get a whole bunch of other stuff, people are going to be able to put themselves into the character and be able
Yeah.
to pick one and be like, okay, I'm.
Because you can't quite do that yet.
Yeah. No, you can't. I'm with Megumi right now. I'm like, I love them, or Gojo, who is just OP to the OP.
Right, right.
Yeah. So there's so much stuff. It's a little bit still too early in anime. I like to give everything. I don't want to say it's like, it's the bomb.com, but I like to give things like at least 7 episodes before I'm like, okay, I think
you definitely want to
this
get
is
to
going
that
to be
midpoint where you're just like,
yeah.
I remember Demon Slayer picking up like like I mean, to be fair, Demon Slayer is a special case in the beginning and the end and the middle, but you do have
Right.
those. I know what you're talking about. You're waiting for those episodes when you're like, okay,
You're waiting for
this is it.
the episodes because currently they're still like it's still an exhibition. It's like
Of
here's
course.
curses and here's what I can do. I can have a stuffed animal kick your ass. But you really want to get to that moment where the plot begins to unfurl and it begins to meet with the general theme of the show and the special attributes of the show, like the curses, like when you reach sort of the villains and the story and what everything means. They're still telling the story of Yuji. Yuji is met in episode 2 with this kind of ultimatum. It's like you can either die now or you can help us recover all parts of Sukina and then we can kill you afterwards, but you're going to die eventually. And he picks the second one because he's like, okay, I'm a protagonist he doesn't say I'm a protagonist, but he is a protagonist that likes to help people at the end of the day. And
he's like, I didn't ask for this. This is what I had to do.
Right. And it's he's strong. He's all the things. I wish they told a story about like why he's strong and why he's a whole.
Same man, because
I was just like, he's just.
I was
strong.
Definitely confused by this nigga.
He just started kicking through a window.
Like, I was like, what's going on? Like, this is
and
OP
just kicking ass.
anything. Yeah.
And I was like, I thought you couldn't see curses unless you were But then I was like, you know what? Never mind.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But he's obviously gifted, as most protagonists are, and but we're going to, continue to see the story, and I think a lot of his story is going to be told in a reference to a lot of different characters. And once we get that, I think the show will be rolling. The show's incredible thus far. With how it looks and how it's presented and how it's thing. Everyone's expecting it to be the next big show, and I expect the dub to be coming in 2021 or at the end of this year. I'm interested who's involved, et cetera, et cetera. I know a lot of people are going to want to be involved with this because everyone can kind of see where it's going, especially in this new golden era of anime. You're going to want to pretty much be involved with the show. Right. Like you're but Jujutsu Kaisen, man, it's just, I recommend anyone, if you want to jump on the ride now or don't.
Talk about that fly-ass outro?
Oh yeah, it was hard. I might use that as the outro theme for this episode.
Right, outro is hard, man. It's hard. Like
the way it was animated and the dancing.
Yeah, bro.
It was fly.
It was fly. Right. They got it right.
It was really, really good. Man, we're gonna have to talk more about this.
We may have one on our hands.
Yeah, we might even have to talk about it. I mean, we might have to talk about it during these other Lookout episodes that we have coming up next. I want to ask you one thing, because this may be the last time before the Frieza stuff actually starts. But let's give people a preview of Showdown.
Yeah, man.
Showdown. It's coming at the end of the month.
It is.
It's actually coming. I'm going to formally announce it now. It is dropping on October 28th.
October 28th. Showdown. Miriam versus Chairman Naruto.
That's episode 1.
Episode 1. Miriam versus Chairman Naruto. Me and Eric absolutely dive into it from Hunter x Hunter. We dive into it. It's amazing. We actually ended up watching the dub and the sub just to fill it out because this is probably one of my favorite fights. Period in anime. I do have a little bit of my love for the anime is a little bit different. So I wanted this to be number 1 because I knew that it would be one of those things where people would absolutely hear my excitement. And we're going to go forward and keep doing it. It's really great. We dissect the fight. We kind of dissect how we got there. If it could have went another way, it's really awesome, man. It's going to be a good time.
I can't wait to hear it. I can't wait to premiere it. I can't wait to do a lot of things. We've got a lot of stuff coming up on the Lookout. Of course, you can always listen to Big Eyes every Monday as all the new manga drops that are whether they drop actually this week, they drop on Friday.
Mm-hmm. Mount Silver coming?
That's going to be fun. Mount Silver's coming. Yes, Mount Silver. We will be returning for Crown Tundra, which is dropping on October 22nd, which is
every legend available in the Crown Tundra.
Yeah, that is less than 10 days from when this comes out.
Isn't that weird?
So we will be, of course, recapping that. I look forward to giving the exact same review that I gave for the other one. But you know what? Surprise me.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes, man. I heard it's longer.
We have
everything. A lot of stuff leaked. I heard it's a little bit longer for you, so you may enjoy it more.
All right.
I know we're both on the same page. We need new Pokemon games. So
yeah, we need new Pokemon games. That's really it. So we have that to look forward to. Of course, once again, Big Eyes every Monday coming out, dropping every Monday. They're going over the mangas that are drop on Sunday. So make sure you stay tuned into that. Want to thank everybody because September was our best month yet in terms of downs and new listeners and all the other stuff like that. So thank you for everyone for tuning in to the Lookout. What else do we have? We have, of course, we're talking about Mount Silver. Lookout. Okay, Lookout. New episodes of Lookout for the Frieza Saga is expected to drop later this month or the early of November, but I'm expecting it later this month.
Frieza.
But we watched the episode. Jeff's currently watching the episodes.
Yes,
we look forward to going into it and kind of diving into everyone's childhood and experiencing that all together.
Big time, man. Big time for us.
Also want to give a shout out to all the graphic artists and all the cosplayers and everyone because the hashtag Blacktober has been, if you look up that hashtag, it's incredible. it's artists recreating anime characters as black, or they're doing cosplay as, all these black cosplayers are doing, cosplay, and they're incredible. So just want to give a shout out to the entire community, the black anime community, for doing their entire thing and just continuing to be artistically awesome, because
it's incredible. I do got to give a shout out to somebody who, this is just a last minute thing, man. This kid hit me up on my DMs on Twitter like a year ago. And when you don't follow the person, it goes in that little tab, so you can't really see the messages. And one day I was in my DMs on Twitter and I saw that tab and I clicked on it and I had like 3 or 4 messages on there. Some of which is spam. You know how it goes.
Oh, all right. Well,
But anyway, so this kid, his ad is Young Cornball, and he left me a message a year ago, and he said that he basically just asked me how he can possibly get going and starting a podcast, and basically told me that we inspired him. And it really touched me, and he asked me for advice, and I hit him back. I'm like, man, I'm so sorry I never saw this. Like, I really appreciate it. So I do want to give him a shout out, because it was just a really cool thing for him to reach out, and he knows what you're doing, Mills. He saw what I was doing, and he just was trying to look and get some game. So I did give him some game and run it down. But again, I apologize for not seeing that message. I wish I saw it when you originally sent it, but yeah, man, it was just something that I appreciated. So absolutely.
Yeah, man, this was just something to hold you guys over until we drop these new episodes. They're coming out pretty soon. Expect them pretty soon. And that's all that we got thus far, man. Thank you guys for listening. This has been episode 72 of The Lookout. We will see you guys next time. Take care.
Yeah.